Welcome back to The Den. I am your host, Makai, and this is the show where I review movies so you can kick back and watch it. I'm here today with my pet television, Watcho, the Watchometer, and today we're going to be reviewing Venom 3. So let's get started. Overall, Venom was actually pretty good. I thought it was a lot of fun moments. It was that classic like smash and grab feel that you get with the Venom movie. Honestly, it wasn't bad. Like, I would definitely see it again if it was on TV, but I don't know if I would pay money to see another, version of it. Overall, I thought it was solid, but the final battle just really took me out of things. There was room for a lot of excitement. It's like Venom and it's symbiotes and it's like Spider Universe or whatever, but it kind of fell flat for me, I'd say. Overall, there were just a lot of issues. CGI was not CGIing, and the action just wasn't there. I think my biggest complaint of the film was that it just didn't feel complete. It felt patchwork, and I have a lot to say about the ending, because the ending was the ending. That's all I'm gonna say about the ending. All right, so if you don't want any spoilers, this is your time to click away, scroll up, swipe up, whatever you're gonna do, because we're gonna get into this film. Okay, so we opened on the bar, and I was a little taken aback because we came straight from No Way Home. With Spider-Man, at the end of No Way Home, Eddie gets sucked up into the portal, and we get that scene in Spider-Man. Well, we come back straight from that. It's like literally no breath, no break. We just jump into it, and honestly, it held things up at the top. I was struggling because it didn't feel like we went anywhere with that, and it didn't feel like it had a purpose. Like, I thought we were gonna come back and maybe Eddie was gonna be in a different universe, or maybe Eddie was, learn something from all of it, or now Spider-Man is in this universe. It just there was just no payoff. So we slow rolled it. We started off with some classic Eddie and Venom shenanigans in this bar, but I wasn't convinced. I wasn't quite on board at the top, and that also kind of has to do with the fugitive narrative that they were going for in this movie. It honestly just felt very aimless at times. It felt like it was just Eddie and Venom running from situation to situation to situation with no idea what to do. But I mean, that's Venom, isn't it? Yeah, there were some really fun moments. I really loved the "We Are Venom" moment that they tried to have at the beginning.
We are Venom! We are Venom! No. Oh! Yeah, we are Venom.
I loved the plane escape. That was a lot of fun. Just the idea of them jumping on a plane and Venom sticking Eddie onto the back of it and then detaching and they fly off and there was some fun symbiote action happening, but again it felt very disjointed. A big problem that I had with this film in general was just the rules they were trying to play with. The villain. Let's just backtrack. The villain. I have no idea why they chose No to be the villain. I'm not a huge comic nerd anymore, but actually really I'm kind of putting Marvel on pause right now.
You need to leave.
I don't know. There's just everything feels like propaganda. Everything feels like an ad. So I'm kind of putting Marvel, Disney on the back burner right now. My one thing about the villain was why is Null the villain of this one-off Venom 3 movie? It didn't make sense. The villain was Null, but he was sending these anti-symbiote monsters that couldn't be killed, couldn't be stopped, couldn't be destroyed. And then they had this it was almost alien rules or Predator rules where the villain itself is this unstoppable force, but they can't see when Venom's hiding in Eddie's body, and it was okay, so I guess we don't really get to see the full cloaked Venom. We just get the gags. The gags, I couldn't deal with the gags. I couldn't deal. It was we'd get Venom's head, or we'd get like a little tendril that snapped out. And it didn't feel like we got to really like see Venom. And then when we did, and this was another problem that I had, when we did see Venom, it was like, why are you out right now? There are literally people out trying to kill you. Like the dance scene in Las Vegas was fun. That was just pure comedy, pure fun. You had that scene where, it was so good, where like Eddie knocked out the bouncer outside of the plaza in Vegas, and then like walks down the street, like grabs a guy's tuxedo, puts it on, then walks back to the same bouncer. It's really fun. The Vegas fun was like fun as a viewer, but it was still just like disjointed. There were a lot of moments where it was like, why is Venom here right now when he is on the run? And it didn't make sense. Those moments didn't make sense. And it felt, I was, as a watcher, I was anxious the whole time because it was just this constant waiting for like, when is Eddie gonna make a mistake and like fully cloak with Venom on and get their ass caught up with these villains? So that was a huge problem that I had. Another thing that really bothered me, I'm just gonna be honest, like the family of four, the alien finders on the road, like it was so like, it was just like, what are we doing? It was so skippable. The whole like, Eddie, you'd make a good dad. It's like, where is this coming from? Like, there was nothing in the first two movies that led me to believe that Eddie had any aspirations of being a father. And like the Area 51 of it all, it was just like, really? And especially like because the government dropped that aliens are real, like that's confirmed now. So it was just like I thought that they were gonna go for like some kind of like, are aliens real? And then Eddie and Venom were gonna like investigate like, who are the aliens that the government is talking about? And then it was gonna be like a twist because Venom and Eddie are obviously like an alien duo, but then there's another alien. No. The alien finder family was literally going on their way to Area 51 to find like all the symbiotes. And this is where I had the biggest issue with the film. The final fight. As an action movie fight, the fight wasn't bad. Like as a fight overall, I would say that it was pretty like fun. It was solid. There were a lot of beats where action was happening. But the symbiotes. Why are you gonna call up, Sony, this is a question personally for you. Why are you gonna call up all of the symbiotes? You had Riot, you had Scream, you had, I gotta look at my notes because I took the names down. I was like, fucking like Toxin, Agony. Like you have a whole roster of symbiotes you can use for your properties and you killed them all in the span of 15 minutes. What the hell? Like, what the hell was that? And then another problem that I have I just have so many problems. Another problem was just like with the Sony universe as a whole, it's like Spider-Man is the main ticket with Sony. Trying to eke out every single rogue and every single villain from every single Spider-Man property is not a movie make. And that's the team. So yeah, the final fight, it was okay. I was really distracted by the family of four. Again, it was like, how is this bumbling, stupid family of four? They're like posed as these like hippies on a road trip to find aliens. It's like, how is this family actually sneaking into Area 51? Like they actually sneak in, and they're like in the middle of this huge freaking fight with like 20 soldiers and like symbiotes, and I just didn't buy it. And I feel like there were just connections throughout the entire film that made moments like that just fall flat. If I really cared about the family, then maybe I would have cared at the end when like Eddie did reveal to the little boy like, aliens are real. And I did just like lie to your face and say aliens aren't real. But anyway, all right, the doctors. The last two things I will say, the doctors, I gotta give a shout out to that black doctor. Like she was giving it to me. Like she really was. Like I was like, I have to look up her name. Like this was actually really good. She kicked ass in that final fight. Like Venom was actually getting packed up by this doctor because she had the symbiote on and she was putting it on. She was doing it. And then the sergeant, the black sergeant, he was just like super. his motivations were so stereotypical. He was like, aliens are here to destroy us, so we have to destroy them first. And it's like, the symbiote that you literally, first of all, you captured this. So you captured the symbiote first. You captured the alien first. So that's on you. But the alien that you captured is saying, hey, by the way, we're on your planet because there's an indestructible force coming to destroy you and we're hiding. And you heard, you guys want to invade our planet, let's destroy them. It wasn't, yeah. So I really didn't appreciate those motivations, but I was gonna say, 2 black characters. So this movie is black, definitely black, I would say. Yeah. So overall, I'd give it about a 3.1 on the watchometer here. I would definitely leave it on if it was in the background during like a holiday function, but I wouldn't turn it on and like actually put the letters into Netflix to watch it, you know? So that's my rating. That's what I thought. If you have anything else you want to say, you can leave it in the comments or pray on it at night because I don't want to hear anything negative. Sorry. All right, that's it for today. Bye-bye.